Hello, I'm Kendra, and this is Hooked by Happenstance. It is time for another installment of Cogitation. Cogitation is my ongoing series where I am taking a look back at the last year of videos here on the Hooked by Happenstance YouTube channel, and I am watching them all in order from the beginning. And then I'm translating that into a shawl. So the channel started on May 15th of 2017. And so obviously I was like a half month, and then we had 2 whole months, and now we're on to August. Now I'm also starting another wrap, a second one, because the first 3 months filled up an entire wrap's worth. I still haven't woven in the ends yet. But here is the completed wrap of the first 3 months of the Cogitation. See, it is a very, very sizable wrap. It still needs to be blocked, which will make it wider and stay wider, but it's definitely long enough to wear comfortably. You could knot it. I will probably wear it, you know, like wrapped around my neck multiple times or something. I don't know, but it's super smooshy and I really like it. And it is made out of loops and threads wool-like in a number of colors, which I will talk about momentarily. So now, today's segment begins in August. So I went and I got out my handy notebook, dog chewed and all, and I go to write down, you know, all of the information for the month, like just all of the videos. So I have like a little checklist. And it made me remember something as I was filling in my second page of videos. I did Veda last year, vlog every day in August, as opposed to Veda, which I'm doing right now, which is vlog every day in April. See, there's 2 months that end in A. And ordinarily I think of August as Vlogust, but since I was not vlogging, I was just making videos, it became Veda. And I was pretty much successful in completing it. 28 videos in a month. Whew, that's a lot. It's just an overview of the entire month of August. We're only going to talk about the first 7 videos, but overall I made 28 videos, which is about 259 minutes of content, or 4 hours and 19 minutes. In 1 month. That is about the same amount of content as I put out in June and July combined of last year. So, which obviously June and July of this year have not happened yet, Kendra. Anyways, it just was a little overwhelming, but I decided we would just go video by video and it'll all be okay. So I'm just going to go through and tell you some of the notable things I found from those first 7 videos, and then we will look at the piece of the wrap number 2 of the Cogitation and continue on that way. So the first video of August was a tutorial, which is what I call tutorials that I make on Tuesdays. Tutorials. See, because I like words. They make my little heart sing. Anyways, I thought this was a pretty good tutorial. I actually made placemats, which I designed and I made for my sister and brother-in-law for Christmas, and they now have them, and yeah, that's nice. Then we had a We Hook Wednesday. The first chapter of my Yarn Tales shawl happened in August. It was the book Exit West, and that was interesting, and clearly the way I've done those videos has changed over time. I talk more about the books and less about the crocheting, but that is okay, and I like it that way, so that works out well. If only I would read more books, but I just don't have the attention span right now, mostly. The next video was a Freaker Frog. This is a big Freaker Frog. Big. I did a lot of items. 13 items were discussed in this one video. All of them found in a pile next to my desk. Well, my desk was in our parlor. Yeah, a lot of things. And the thing I found notable from that is I said, go into your whip pile and get rid of that guilt. I think that's when, by the 3rd time I did a Freaker Frog, I was really realizing how cathartic it was to go through and make those choices about my unfinished items, and how much guilt literally is sitting in those project bags of unfinished projects, and how there's a solution. I don't have to feel bad about them. I have the solution. The solution is either freak out about them and actually get them on my hook and get them done, or frog them. Makes you feel good. And then they're no longer guilt. Then they're possibility. Because then they're back in stash and you could make something else. Good yarn, bad project. Good yarn utilized in good project. It's all a cycle. Okay. The next video was a Speedy Stitches for the Billowing Blue Coaster, which is a like a size down version of the placemat. The coasters are alright. I don't know, not my favorite video. The next one, I did a shop update while I was at my parents' visiting, and I put out flamingo bags. The black background flamingo bag is mine nearby. Let's see. It was these bags, and they are still some of my favorite, but mostly that is because I'm very, very attached to this fabric, and no, I don't have any more of these, because I only made 4, and 3 of them were up for sale, and then there was the one that I took for myself. But this is fabric that I had bought when I was in high school. I bought it at the fabric store I worked at, and it was one of the, like, my preciouses. Actually, this and the lining fabric, both of them were things that I had held on to, like, no one take these away from me, and I decided I needed to stop doing that. So I got to keep a piece of them, and then some of you have them, and that makes me so happy. So, anyways, that's that. Also, it made me happy. I got those sewn. I knew I was going on my trip. At the time, I'd been really good about putting out my Etsy updates every single week, which, as we have figured out, is not a sustainable way to be. It's just too much sewing in a week for me, along with all the other things that my life entails. But, I can do it like a few times a month is much more manageable. But anyways, I knew I was going out of town, but that I needed to have an update go up while I was gone. So I made my flamingo bags, took mine with me, and then updated it while I was out of town. And that was fun. And then the last video of the week, I hit 100 subs, which was exciting. I think I'm at, as of filming this, I have 388, which means that I'm totally going to lose like 5 of y'all before this video goes out, so I'm going to look like a liar. But it was at 388, which is, when I feel bad about the numbers, which they're just numbers, but I mean, I guess you never feel bad about them personally, but it's a comparative thing that gets you feeling a little eh. But, whenever I feel bad, I look back and like see that, you know, in August, I only had 100. So clearly things are exponentially growing. You just have to wait for time for that exponential growth to be much bigger. So, you know, you just keep grinding, right? But anyways, that was the Makes Monday episode locomotive because I took the train out to California and back. And that is all of the videos that I watched, and they were compiled to make this segment of my wrap. So, we can just talk about this a little bit. Obviously, it really needs to be blocked because that freaker frog has a lot of eyelet rows in it, a lot of lace work that needs to be opened up. So, we start up here with our tutorial, which happens to use the same color, the mauve, as the We Hook Wednesday pouch. So, we have, whoop, cat fur is what we have because that is my life. So there's the 2 segments that are both made out of the mauve for the tutorial style videos. Then here we have the teal lake color gets added for the first time ever, and that is for chapter 1 of the Yarntail Shawl, which was the book Exit West. A wonderful book if you have not read it. It is a story about immigrants and immigration as a whole, and it has a very interesting perspective. I liked it. It was very good, and it's pretty short. Anyways, neither here nor there. Then we move on to the gray segment, which is the Freaker Frog, and as you can see, there is the initial design for the Freaker Frog series, and then we move on to 1 row for each item that is either freaked out about or frogged. The ones that are frogged become these lovely open lace eyelet rows because they get pulled apart, so they then have holes in them. And then we go into the solid rows for the things that I'm going to freak out about and put on my hook. Then we move on, and there was the Speedy Stitches, which has a Speedy Stitches pattern in the chocolate, and a shop update preview in the white. And it's not very big because I didn't add that many bags, and there's 1 row for each thing that goes into my shop. And then we end up here at the very end with the purple for the Makes Monday episode. Again, a light Makes Monday for me. As you can see, there's only 2 of the open work rows. Those are for things that are on my hook, and 2 of the solid rows for things that are off. So I'm excited about this. I'm really enjoying to see how the colors work up. I like the variety of colors and the, I like never would, making a pattern myself, have grouped the color blocking in this manner. Like the number of rows and things are not in numbers that would ordinarily be like ones that I would gravitate toward, but I like the way that they look, which is what I am really enjoying about this whole cogitation project, is leaning into the happenstance, the circumstance that I have created through the things that I've already created on the channel, leaning into those and letting those make like arbitrary decisions that are ultimately creative for me. So that is it for the first week of August 2017 segment of my cogitation and the first segment of the second wrap in this series. I hope that you all are enjoying this, and I will see you tomorrow for a Sunday sunrise.